fucking wig is getting my ear.
Ibuki, Tanga!
Alright everyone, well, welcome back to another Blue Archive video. I'm your host, FuryTomic. So, today we got Ibuki, pretty much the 416 in real life. Well, her gun specifically. And we'll get into a little bit of breakdown afterwards in a little bit here. First off, I just had this all done, Cerakoted. I haven't shot this yet, so let's see how it does.
You thought anyone will be crazy enough to pull this project off? And yes, I sure am. This is a functioning clone of Ibuki, all done by yours truly. As mentioned during the cosplay segment, Ibuki is based off of an HK416D. No, this isn't a legit 416D upper receiver. I'm too poor for one. It's a BRN4 10.4 inch upper receiver. We're going to analyze Ibuki's configuration starting from the top, with an A1 birdcage. Unfortunately, hindsight 2020, I missed one crucial detail, which is a pink ring around the bottom of the flash hider.
Shameful display!
Aside from that, the flash hider helps reduce a fair bit of the big fireballs that you would potentially see. Well, not all of it, but it does have the cool factor.
She's loud. She's loud and flashy.
I think this perfectly describes Ibuki in a nutshell. The handguard as described earlier is a HK 9-inch handguard, done in a red and white Cerakote. Also on top is the front iron sight. It's a little tough identifying what kind of sight she uses, so I opted for a Griffin Armament M2 front sight. And now, the meat and potatoes of the setup. This wonderfully stickered out upper and lower that people ask me if this is a Call of Duty skin.
Huh?
I didn't want to give my sticker guy a major headache either for every individual piece like she has, so I asked him for the Gehenna, Ibuki's flower, green apple, and shooting stars for the authentic experience. All of these, by the way, as well as a cool limited Ibuki patch, is available from MediaWorks, fulfilling a crossover of anime and militaria. Goes to help support the channel to continue doing goofy and cool things, and maybe more content later this year. Come check out our store after the video at www.ftmediaworks.com.
We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
I also have Ibuki's rather unique pistol grip that was printed to be close to her exact design, which I'll let my friend Desert Decimal briefly describe it.
So the TDP was used to model these mounting features. The rest is all from pictures.
Huh?
And finally, the funny looking stock we have back here that is not actually a stock.
ATF.
This is an SBA 5 pistol brace. The SBA 5 is about as close as you can get to make the brace look similar to the 416 stock, which is what Ibuki actually has. Now that the discussion about her setup is done, let's move on to the more fun cool stuff. The Cerakote experience. You see, if you want to Cerakote, you need to degrease and clean the parts that you'll be working on. You can imagine my reaction having to disassemble everything and acetone the parts. Thankfully, any stubborn residue gets sandblasted, which helps for proper Cerakote bonding onto surfaces. So starting off, H297 Stormtrooper White. Let it bake for an hour, then mask the white pattern from our photo reference of Ibuki's rifle. Finished that with E310 Fire Cerakote. And then that's when I realized I forgot she had some areas colored in pink, and did that in H244 Pink Bazooka. And I still forgot she had a partially pink flash hider.
Yeah!
So, what's it gonna cost if you decide to blow your disposable gotcha funds away on a decent Ibuki clone that is not in HK? Well, it's gonna be about $1,000 to $1,200 for a BRN4 complete upper receiver that is 10.4 inches. Finding an HK 9-inch handguard for probably starting $250 up to $500. If you're an unfortunate pleb like me, an SBA 5 ballparks to about $110. If you really want to pull out the credit card for that proper 416 profile lower, that will set you back at about $700.
Hey yo, what the f?
And don't forget your parts and components. That sets you back to about $2,700.
Oh
And then you still gotta get it Cerakoted. Rates in color use also varies. I wanna say on a good day, could be up to $500. At that point, just have to ask yourself, is it worth it? But if you decide the funny Smol Demongirl is worth it, then be my guest. Ibuki is definitely one of those mean guns you never thought would exist, but here we are. I personally don't have any qualms over using a gun. I just find it funny overall how this has turned into my very first Cerakote project that I've done, and I'll definitely continue to do more if I can this year. I still have some other students' guns to show off, but that'll definitely be revealed later this year, so please look forward to it. If you do want to get a sneak peek at some of the builds early, as well as read my explanation and some other nitty-gritty details I haven't really gone in depth with, come check out and support me too with my Guns of Blue Archive book that I offered at the 2024 Winter Comic event. It's available to order. There's even a dedicated section showing the Hoshino Gigachat himself, Beepo Floof. And with that, I appreciate you watching this video. Give it a like for Ibuki, and I'll see you with the next Blue Archive in real life.
Whoa.
FBI, open up!
Ain't so damn bad.
I hate these sites.
You, sir, have a skill issue.